So what I'm doing is I'm putting threaded rods in each one of these, and they'll go under the shelves, in between the shelves. So I'm putting the threaded rod where it can actually be put up under the shelf and then screwed into the leg, which will be this part, which I'll make a little tool to put the threads on the inside of that. So I'll continue cutting the rods and inserting them with epoxy to make sure that they hold real good. And then I'll be back when I'm done with them. I have a bench grinder, but for the life of me cannot find it. Alright. I do want to drill a pilot hole. And this is just slightly smaller than the threaded rod. Alright, let's zoom in and see if this will work. Probably can't see, but probably not. But anyway, no threads. Let's see. Now let's see if this one will work. And if this does work like it's supposed to, it should bring out quite a bit more wood. Well, we do have threads. I think I may end up having to cut these slots just a little bit wider because it's kind of gunking these up. So let me go down in there one more time. Clean this out real quick. Alright, there's definitely threads in there. You probably won't be able to see that. If I can find the camera. There. Yeah, probably not. So let's try putting our threaded rod in there. I am going to cut the threads on that a little deeper. Alright, there's the bottom of it. Oops. Yep. I am going to cut the grooves on that deeper though, so it makes sure it doesn't clog up with stuff, but that does work. But as I said, the grooves need to be cut deeper. So I think I'll put it back in my gun to hold on to it, and I'll grind that some more. I made the apron for the top shelf, and I've glued everything together here. And this is set overnight, so I'm just going to go ahead and take it apart now. And I put these corner braces in here. Get you a little closer so you can see. I put these corner braces in here, and the only way that I could actually clamp those, since I don't have any kind of corner clamps or anything, was to cross these longer ones over. So that's what I did on both sides. Under here to get them out of the way. Okay, and I went ahead and ordered a Kreg mini pocket jig. So no, this is, let me see if this is inch thick. I don't know how thick this bottom board is. Yeah, it's 3/4 as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this back part here. And I'm going to go ahead and put some pocket screws in this. I might have to move the camera so you can actually see. But I'll have to set this thing up and stuff for 3.5 inches, since each one of these boards is 3/4 of an inch wide, or thick should I say. So I'll have to set this to 3.5 inches on there. And I'm going to do the back one just in case I happen to blow something out, because this will be my first time using this thing, so hopefully I don't mess it up. And it's got the bit, and make sure I get you on camera here. It's got the bit and then the collar that slips on there, and an Allen wrench to adjust it. So what I want to do is I want to measure 3.5 inches from the shoulder of this thing, from this part, not the pointy tip. So 3.5 inches. I'm going to lay this down the bottom here so I can see where I'm at exactly. And I'll go ahead and tighten this down. Okay. So that should be right at 3.5 inches from the collar here to up here on the shoulder of the bit. So I got a pencil down here, so I'm going to turn this sideways so you can actually see. And I think I'm going to measure in. Let's do 1.5 inches. So 1.5 inches in, right there. Then I will have to clamp this with my clamps. So I just want to tighten that. So let's see what this looks like. We got our pocket hole, and we did not blow through the other board. So, and they do make special screw things for this. And I would have liked to have had the, I forget how the hell to get in here. I would have liked to have the gold colored ones, but in the 1.25 inch soft wood, this is the only color they had. It's going to be underneath here, nobody will ever see it anyway, so I guess it really doesn't make a whole lot of difference. Okay, so I found a bit that will work. It's not the most ideal situation. It doesn't take it down flush like it should. So I guess I will have to make a trip to Menards and get the long bit that goes with this. I thought one of those on that kit would work, but obviously not. And what I can do and stuff, I can just do a couple of these to kind of show you an example, and then I'll just get the regular bit tomorrow. Okay, in order to put these legs in the corner, since they do have these bolts on there, I'm putting these blocks in there because I'm using the plate that came with the table originally. So I'm drilling pocket holes here to hold these blocks in, and I'll glue them as well. So I've marked up here at the top and stuff where I want this block actually glued. hold it. We are going to Jeff City today, so I will be getting the correct driver for this and stuff to get down in those pockets. Alright. I'll put that back on there and stuff whenever I go to put the leg in there so it does dry flat. I've done that already with this side over here. I've installed the leg here. Tilt you up a little bit more. So I went ahead and put the 2 blocks in here to pull that plate out far enough where I can, so I can actually use that plate far enough out. And I've put the pocket screws in there and everything, and then the bolt is run through here with the washer. I don't have it tightened down yet and stuff because I want to go ahead and let this wood glue set up on this. But after that dries and stuff, then I'll take those off and then go ahead and tighten that up. But you can see that that table leg is real solid. So in order to set this leg over here, what I want to do is set this in here. And I do have these blocks pretty much snugged up against that leg for a little extra insurance. And these will fit in here, so I have to come out just a little bit. And then they'll be screwed here in these 3. And I got 3 over here as well. So I want to get my pencil and mark where that'll be glued. And I want to go ahead and clamp that as well as I take this back out. Make sure they didn't shift any. And they do actually make clamps, regular clamps to use with this pocket hole tool. I just didn't buy it. I thought, well, I probably got a bunch of clamps and surely one of those would work, so I'm just using one of these. Just get it where I need it. Make sure it's vertical up and down where it's supposed to be. Here. unclamp that. And unclamp this. You can see how that works. So we got both our legs on there and fastened. We've got the skirt all the way around. And my board did shift on me just a little bit, so I may cut just a little bit of piece of wood. This is going to be at the back. I'm not too super concerned about it, but I will try to fix it. And there it is. I'll just wait for all that to dry or whatever, and then it should be ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and stain that skirt. I didn't worry about staining it ahead of time because, like I said, this is the underneath the table, so if I have a little bit of runoff or whatever, I'm not too worried about that. So, anyway, I'll try piecing. It's going to be probably a pretty long video and stuff, but we'll get it all done and show you the end result.